Very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all on अभिपीडिया डिफेंस प्लेटफॉर्म पावर्ड बाय अभिमन्यु आईएएस। एंड आज हम लोग फिर से एक बार आपके सामने है एक ऐसे टॉपर के साथ जिनका जो रैंक है बहुत ही अच्छा रैंक इन्होंने हासिल किया है पूरी अपनी मेहनत के साथ, पूरी अपनी डेडिकेशन के साथ। कुछ ऐसे सर्कमस्टांसेस जो इन्होंने फेस किए, अल्टीमेटली सक्सेसफुली अपना जो रिजल्ट होता है वो इनके फेवर में आया। और इनकी जर्नी से हम लोग सीखेंगे कि क्या क्या ऐसी चीजें हैं जो इनको आज इस मुकाम पे लेकर आया है। ठीक है, सो इट विल बी अ वेरी वेरी रॉ सेशन, कोई स्क्रिप्ट नहीं है, नथिंग एज सच। सो हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा इनसे सीखें और इनको इन चीजों को फॉलो करें। राइट, सो गुड मॉर्निंग लीला, हाउ आर यू?
Good morning, sir. I'm good. How about you?
I'm very good, very good. So, Leela, just tell me something about yourself, your background, your rank in the CAPF, something like this.
Yes, sir. So I'm Leela Kumari, and I have cleared in 24th rank in UPSC CAPF exam, sir, this year. And I am from an agriculture background. That is, my father is an agriculturist, and my mother is also an agriculturist. And I have a younger sibling who is working in a private firm. And I'm married to a person who is also pursuing government exams. Like he's also preparing for civil service. And my father-in-law and their family is also related to the government jobs. So both of the side, I got a very good encouragement for studying it. So just because I'm from an agriculture background, I live in a rural area where my preparation is actually very tough compared to being in an urban area and getting all the materials. So I started my preparation by myself. So later on, I gained the knowledge of about the civil service, then about this CAPF exam, and I tried a lot, and now I have cleared it with a good rank, I believe.
Exactly. 24th rank is a very, very good rank, and you'll be getting your the first service preference. That is, I think, CISF, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So, my next question is that what are the challenges that you have faced during your preparation? Whether it is resources, as you just mentioned regarding the resources, but apart from resources, what were the major challenges?
I would definitely say being a woman itself is a challenge. And coming from an agriculture background and pursuing for a civil service is a really tough job, I would definitely say. So when I finished my college, everyone was saying, okay, she finished her college, let her get married soon. So that was the first thing everyone was saying. But apart from this being a woman, the next challenge is like being in a rural area, you have to find a good source for studies. We're not well equipped with the materials or any other resources. So that's my second challenge. Then as the year goes, they will say that, okay, she's getting older and older every day, and she's not clearing the exams. So she had made second attempt, third attempt, all the attempts. She's going for main, she's going for interview, then she's coming spiraling down. So these are all the problems I always face. So they say, okay, you tried this much. Okay, your time is over. So now you have to start a family. So that's what the comment I always get. And the next one, why? The next question everyone asks with my father is, why you are making this much effort for a girl? She's going for another family. So you can do it for your son. That will be a best thing for you. So these are the challenges everywhere. I could say not from the relatives alone, even from the colleagues. I started working also. So even in the colleagues, they were saying, you can marry, your husband can earn for you. So why you're trying so much? So it's like the social pressure, the social stigma every time persists. Until I clear this exam, I regularly hear these things from everyone else.
And I think majorly the girls can relate these things with your story. And you are actually a true role model, I believe. And majority, everyone will obviously take it as a very good example. And they would definitely going to relate the circumstances that you have faced it, majorly the girls candidate. Okay, so next we talk about the strategy portion. First of all, we'll go for the book list. So what books that you have followed, and for the history, geography, polity, paper one, what books
Okay.
you followed? Yes.
Sir, I must mention that I have prepared for civil service for quite a long time, like 4 to 5 years, more than 5 years. So I began my preparation right from NCRTs. So that was my preparation initially. Then for CAPF, I relied on all the basic NCRT books. Like everyone believes that for polity, they use Lakshmikant books. And for history, it is always NCRT. And for geography also, I believed in NCRT. So these are the basic things I have did, sir. Apart from the books, I relied mostly on like test, like writing the previous year questions, like writing the test. So that's what I majorly relied upon, because preparing for a civil service, revising it again is one thing, but writing the exams that is very particular to CAPF is the next thing. So I relied mostly on question papers. That's what I
Okay.
did.
Okay, so majorly NCRTs, previous year question papers, mock
Yes,
test, and newspaper, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, right. And what about the paper two book list?
Sir, for the paper two, also I have gone with the previous year questions only, sir. And I particularly didn't go with the particular books. So like, everyone will have a different strategy. But for me, like even from my school days, I was very much good in my language papers. Like English is my favorite subject. So my second paper is usually dependent upon the social issues and the current affairs. So for that, I relied on the newspapers. Then for the test, like second paper, everything, I depended upon my conviction. Like English is my favorite subject, so I am very good in English all the time, like comprehension, report writing. So everything came naturally, and also with the older questions, I have made it clear, sir. So I particularly didn't rely upon a single book. That's what my strategy is.
Okay, so Leela, how much marks you were expecting in your paper one?
Sir, I haven't gone through. Sir, shall we stop this here, because I haven't gone
Okay,
this.
okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. So I didn't calculate the mark this time, sir, because I told you this is my third attempt and third interview. So for the first two attempts, I have calculated my marks. It was really good. So I think around 200 plus I got in without interview, but I couldn't clear in my physical. So this
Okay.
time I thought, okay, I'm not going to calculate it. I'm going to see only the end results. So I literally didn't calculate my marks this time, sir. So that was the thing.
And okay, so what about the paper two marks? Like I know that it is like you cannot make it very
Very
clear,
yes, sir.
but the
Yes.
point is that that kind of a impression overall that you have managed to complete whole paper
Yes.
two. So what was your ultimate impression? Were you satisfied with the content that you have written, or what was something anything you want to say?
Okay, so as usual, I have completed my papers. Paper two was actually good, and I completed my paper. I always feel a bit hard in my synonyms, antonyms, and the sentence making. So we even read thousands of synonyms, but there will be two or three which we cannot write it. So that is where I fall. But other than the part, everything was very satisfactory. So what I have written is very satisfactory. That comes because of current events. Where when we are updated with the current events, writing essay part and everything comes very easy and handy. So reading habit is actually very much important for even for writing. So that's what I felt. So second paper was very satisfactory, like apart from the
Okay.
sentence speaking.
Okay, okay. And now let's come to the physical or medical part of the process
Yes,
because
sir.
majorly girls, they think that physical medical is very tough. So what just give certain suggestions, or what was your experience at physical or medical?
Yes, sir. So physical, I would say that is my main villain all the time. So physical, I cleared my prelims and mains all the time, and I failed in my physical for twice. So every time it is 100 meters. So I could say that is really tough for a woman. But when we practice regularly, it is really possible, sir. So I would say on my first attempt, I was not very much clear about my physical. So that time I didn't run literally. I just practiced other kind of workouts like swimming, doing other workouts, and my running part is very less. So that time I realized after completing my 800 meters, I couldn't run 100 meters all of a sudden. So I was at least 10 to 15 feet away from the line. So that was the first attempt, and I realized that this is not I should not do that. For running good, I have to practice running only. So for the second attempt, I practiced running, sir, but the time was very less. I didn't practice for a year long. I just practiced only 2 months or 3 months, and it was very hard for me. I have to reduce my weight as well as I have to run. So that time I got my legs sprained during my
Okay.
preparation.
Okay.
So even with the leg sprain, I ran, but I just put my leg on the line, but I couldn't take it off. So it was just a fraction of a second. I couldn't clear my second physical. So that was really very heartbreaking for me at that
Yes,
moment.
yes,
I
obviously.
thought that I cleared, but I didn't clear. So that was a heartbreaking thing. And I realized all my faults. Okay, so for running, I should run, and for running, I should practice regularly. So this was the two lesson I have learned in my physical. So for the third attempt, I prepared for at least 6 to 7 months or more than 6 to 7 months. First, I reduced my weight, and then I started running, and I started running very fast. So this was my strategy. So for physical, we must be very regular. So we should feel that we have to practice regularly. For women, it is actually very important also, sir. So when you do the physical workouts, when you started running, you feel very light and you feel very confident. So for women, we have to be very particular that our body should also be taken care of, as well as education. For most of the women, we give importance to education only. We don't give importance to our body. Like boys, they go for running, they do all the physical workouts. That is not given much importance in case of women. So for my advice, all the women must practice physical workouts also, like running or smaller exercises. That will really help them clear CAPF. Definitely, sir.
Okay, regarding this physical or medical examination, is something that kind of a diet you have followed during your preparation?
Okay, sir. So regarding my diet, sir, I had a very lesser carbohydrate diet. That's what I did, sir. But for running, you need good energy. So what I did is I had my rice amount, but it is very less rice amount. I'm practically non-vegetarian, so I eat non-vegetarian foods a lot. So that
Okay.
gives me energy to run, as well as I can have my body in control also. So that's what the diet I have followed. I have gone to a running coach, sir. So she helped me planning my diet and running also.
Okay, okay. So let's ultimately jump towards the ultimate step, that is UPSC interview. So how was your experience? कौन सा board था आपका? And
Yes.
what was your overall expression regarding your interview?
Okay, sir. So I attended the board of Sujata Mehta ma'am, and she was very, very heartwarming. She's very welcoming, and the way the board interacted with me is really good feel, sir. So I was very much tensed because this is my last attempt. So either do or die situation for me during my interview. So I was waiting in a very perplexed manner outside the room, and when once I entered the room, the situation is completely different. So I saw at at the moment I went inside the room, I didn't see the chairman ma'am. I saw some other person who is sitting there. So then I realized, so chairman is sitting right side of me. So that was like a shocking moment for me. But I sat down
Yes.
and they started talking to me. Initially, Sujata ma'am has started my interview, and she was asking very basic question. My type of question is completely opinion based. I have given the transcripts also, sir. So all
Yes.
my questions is related to my opinions, like what do you think about the outsiders and insiders work in administration, and how do you think that the problems in the left wing areas will come down? So all these kind of questions were opinion based, like women in uniform service, women from South India, how can you work in the North India? So these are the questions that was asked to me. So most of the question is opinion based. I believe that really helped me express my opinions. So if it is not in other type of questions, I couldn't express myself. But these opinion based questions help me express what is inside me. That is a very advantageous thing, I believe, sir.
Okay. And overall, you were satisfied with the performance कि कुछ थोड़ा सा लग रहा था कि यार थोड़ा रह गया?
No, sir, I must definitely say I literally gave my best in my interview. So once
Okay.
I came out of my interview hall, I believed I gave a really balanced answers to all the questions.
Okay.
So when I communicated with all the fellow aspirants and my colleagues about how I have answered, and immediately, like everyone said, it is good. So I felt very satisfactory about my interview process.
Okay. So, ultimately, how was your life changed? Like before your the merit and after the merit? Something
Okay.
changed, or because I think this would be a very motivating thing for the students who are, who get demotivated because the lengthy process it is. Like it took almost 2 years, right? 2020 took almost 2 years. So people get demotivated. So how the life changes after merit list?
So, okay. So before my merit, so I said I have faced all the social stigmas. Like I am 28 years, I'm past 28 years now, and I have my family problems, starting up a family and my work tensions. I am in a private job, which is not so stable. So we have a good opportunity in private sectors, but still it's not very stable. So that also another problem, and all the problems and the pressure from the relatives, because I got married to an other caste person. So it is like an intercaste marriage. So with
Okay.
intercaste marriage, everything comes bad to us. So
Yes.
when we don't get higher position, they'll say, oh, the things has changed. We let her to study, but she got married to a different caste person. So all these kind of comments is very often in my life. But once I got the merit, it's really life changing, sir. I would definitely say that. So all the people is coming now, and they give me really like a celebrity feel. That's what I would say. And I told you that I'm teaching students for the government exams. So they see me regularly now. All the students in my academy, they feel like, okay, she's a real example for us. The struggle, the perseverance. So she got the service. So even we can get it. So they feel like I am a source of inspiration for them. This is really a life-changing moment, sir. I feel very happy that I am inspiring thousands of people around here. This is really I didn't expect this thing. This is very happiest moment in my life.
Exactly, Leela. And ultimately, I genuinely wanted I wanted to take a Zoom session with you after the merit list, matlab, because I was very happy because I knew the kind of a process it is, and यहाँ पे you have to put a lot of efforts, बहुत सारे sacrifices are there. You made a lot of sacrifices, efforts, and a lot of things were there in your journey. बट कई बार क्या होता है कि स्टूडेंट्स जो है a lot of students they get demotivated, they put efforts but they not able to manage to qualify the exam ultimate stage, and there are a lot of students out there. So definitely this would create another impact that just keep on going, just keep on working on your process, and definitely you will get what you deserve. Like
Yes,
you got what you deserved. For example, you got in your last attempt, you got this recognition in your last attempt. So
yes, sir.
just even if you have attempts, just keep on working.
Yes, sir.
And if you exhausted all your attempts, तो ऊपर वाला तो साथ दे ही देगा कहीं पे, राइट? सो ये
Yes,
चीज है. एंड आई जेन्युइनली वांटेड कि मैं एक जूम सेशन लूं आपसे, एंड यू मैनेज्ड योर टाइम, एंड आपने whatever you expressed, it's completely like acceptable thing for all of us because we can relate it, we
yes,
can
sir.
relate with your journey.
Yes,
So
sir.
ultimately thank you, Leela. And agar
Thank
if
you.
we as a platform we have helped you out, तो आप भी कुछ last words you can talk about it,
Yes,
ताकि
sir.
हाँ जी.
Definitely, sir. So I would say for every aspirants out there, uh, for your support, only the closer circle support is needed. For me, my husband helped a lot, my parents and my in-law families, they helped. Without them, I couldn't achieve this. So for every aspirants, don't succumb to the social pressure. So that's what my serious advice to everyone. So you have your guts, you have chosen this path, and you have to struggle this path to get into your way. Nobody's going to stop unless you stop it. So this is the thing. And for this preparation, I would definitely like to thank ABHIPEDIA sir and your Atul Demand sir. This was really a life-changing moment for me because I haven't attended much of the mock interviews before. And I was very skeptical about my communications and my articulations. But once I started my mock interviews with you, so I have made 2 sessions with ABHIPEDIA sir. So that time I felt like, yes, I have a good articulations, I have good communication skill, and that actually gave me much confidence in my real interview also. So that was not possible in many of the mock interviews. I've attended other mock interviews, but it was not very confident. I felt that they demotivate you. They say that you're not enough, you're not good enough. But you gave me a very valuable feedback, what I have to prepare, what I have to like groom myself in that. So that really helped me a lot. With that, I actually cracked the interview. I'm very heartfeltly saying that this really helped me in my real interview, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, perfect, Leela. And I'm very happy. The whole Abhipedia team is very happy. And
Thank you.
thanks a lot for your this kind of expression that you show in your this session. Thank you,
Thank you.
Leela.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.